I'm going to be talking today about early decision versus regular decision. So you found it. You've decided on the school of your dreams, you know where you want to go to college, and you're so excited and ready and willing to commit and make that decision. And that's huge. So many people apply to multiple colleges and struggle to find the best one for them, and maybe they don't ever find their exact perfect fit. So identifying your school of choice and knowing that you really want to go there is a really big accomplishment. So congratulations to you if you've made it to that point. However, there are some important things to note if you are deciding to apply to an institution under the early decision track. So obviously there's the regular decision application process, which is where you apply to all of the schools that you're considering. However, if you found one school that you really want to attend, you will apply to that school early decision. Typically, early decision applications are due sometime around November, and you'll find out about your status of acceptance generally in December, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. So early decision actually differs from early action. Early action is non-binding. So you can apply to a school early action and attempt to hear back from them sooner than you would from other schools that you applied to during the general application timeframe. However, early action is not binding. You are not under any obligation to attend the institution. Early decision, however, is. So let's say you really want to go to Chapman University in California, and you apply to Chapman early decision. And your application goes in, and a month later you find out that you're accepted. You at that point then need to withdraw any applications from any previous schools that you might have already applied to and commit to Chapman, put your deposit down, and go ahead and secure your spot in the incoming class. However, there are some things that you want to be aware of when it comes to early decision. So obviously the advantage is that there are fewer applicants. Not everybody wants to commit to a singular institution. They want to apply to however many schools it is that they are choosing to apply to and kind of cast a wide net, see where they end up. So for some people, early decision is just not in the cards for them. They would rather maximize the number of schools that they can apply to in the hopes that they have the best chance of getting into one of the institutions. So if you are really certain that, in our hypothetical example, Chapman is the school that you want to attend, early decision is great because you're going to have fewer applicants in the pool, fewer people who want to apply during that early decision period. So therefore, your chances of acceptance are higher. And that can be advantageous if, let's say, maybe you had a couple of grades that weren't perfect, maybe you got, some lower scores than you had in the past, and maybe your GPA isn't quite where you want it to be, and it's not as competitive as people who apply during the regular admission cycle. This can give you an opportunity to get in or potentially waitlisted and considered in the future, which can be an asset if you did struggle with some of your previous grades. However, early decision actually does kind of take you out of a lot of the financial aid options because you don't have the ability to kind of compare all of the schools that you might get into, see what kind of aid packages or merit-based scholarships that they might be offering to you. And so you have to be comfortable with the fact that, yes, you might get into the top school of your choice, but your financial options for funding your tuition might be slightly more limited. Also, sometimes it can be challenging to secure funding and financial aid and scholarship opportunities when you're applying that early in the cycle compared to your peers. So that's just something to be aware of, that if finances are a concern, you just want to make sure that were you to get into the institution, you have financial aid lined up, or you've applied to some scholarships maybe previously, so that you can kind of make it work for you money-wise, because when schools know that you really want to attend, sometimes it makes it harder for them to offer you competitive aid packages the way that they might if you were applying in the general applicant pool and they were giving a number of scholarships during that time period when most people are applying. So that's just something to be aware of. The other thing is that early decision means that you need to accelerate the timeline for your applications and your responses. So your common application, your general essay, you'll need to have that completed quicker than your peer group because you're trying to apply early decision or early action in November, which is significantly sooner than the traditional applications season. So that means that you really want to get started on your application in advance. You really want to make sure that you have everything kind of figured out ahead of time so that you can optimize the best possible chances of you getting into the institution. So prepare in advance, write your essay in advance, make sure everything is ready to go by the time that you want to hit the submit button. And I wish you the best of luck. And if you have any further questions, we will get somebody to assist you. Good luck.